to the second city of their three-city road trip. It's the final road trip of the season, and tonight they'll play the first of three in Detroit against the Tigers. Yesterday was a pretty good one for the offense. Twins had a season-high 18 hits against the Royals in a 9-6 win, and that was Minnesota's first road win since August 31st. Good evening from Comerica Park. I'm Marnie Gellner. The Twins tonight again will go with the opener/primary pitcher strategy. It'll be Gabriel Moya as the opener, Cole Stewart as the primary pitcher. Fifth time this season the Twins have done that, but they want to keep doing it so they can get a better look at it. Bigger sample size to kind of weigh the pros and cons of using this strategy. Let's take a look at the series setup tonight for the Twins and the Tigers. Minnesota's hitters have been doing a pretty good job in tough counts. Over the last week, Twins hitters are batting a collective .289 when they're at the plate in a two-strike count. Reliever Taylor Rogers has pitched now 22 consecutive scoreless innings. Yesterday went an inning a third in Kansas City. That 22 consecutive scoreless is the second longest streak in the big leagues. Rogers and Twins pitchers, though, they're going to face a Detroit team struggling with runners in scoring position. Tigers hitters have struck out a third of the time when they've had runners on second or third in the last 2 weeks. Coming up, Dick and Bert look at the guys who helped the Bats break out yesterday. What a day in Kansas City, an 18-hit game against the Royals.
Sports North is presented by CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today.
It still feels like summer in Detroit. Temps in the 80s as the Twins and Tigers get a three-game series started here at Comerica Park. Gabriel Moya will make his third opening appearance for the Minnesota Twins, expecting to go just an inning, maybe two, and he'll be facing right-handed veteran Jordan Zimmerman of the Detroit Tigers. And we welcome you to Comerica Park. Dick Bramer and Bert Blyleven for the opener. Yesterday's game in Kansas City, yet another cautionary tale for those of us who think we might have something figured out about this game. Twins have struggled to score runs. So yesterday they fielded a lineup. No Miguel Sano, no Joe Mauer. No problem. They pounded out a team high or season high 18 hits.
Yeah, I think when Paul Molitor put the lineup together, he said, okay, what can this lineup do? Well, they produced big time yesterday. Everybody in the starting lineup that Paul put their name down got at least one hit. Polanco, Jorge Polanco, Johnny Field, they got 4 hits apiece. 4 home runs in that ball game, all solo home runs, but a total of 18 hits. And boy, they were swinging a bat. Hopefully they can carry it in tonight's ball game.
As we mentioned, Gabriel Moya will make the opening appearance, and then he'll give way at some point to Cole Stewart, who the Twins hope will be the primary pitcher. And he seems to have found a little bit of a niche here for the Twins. He's actually pitched fairly well his last 2 times out.
Yeah, you go back to the first part of September, he was the primary pitcher in Houston where he pitched. Now, he grew up in Houston, so he was pretty pumped up. 5 shutout innings in that ball game in Houston. And then his last start, he ended up working almost 4 innings, picked up his first major league win against the Yankees.
And the Twins will use the opener tonight. They'll use it again Wednesday. Different people, of course. And the Twins hope to continue and build a little bit of a winning streak here on the road that's been an issue this year. We'll see how they fare against the Tigers tonight. Would hit well deep and gone. Big fly. That ball is gone. A home run for Austin. That's hammered down the left field line. Twins in Detroit, obviously the final series they'll play here. The Tigers come to Target Field next week. So we'll see a lot of the Tigers, and we'll see a lot of Ron Gardenhire, the manager for the Detroit Tigers. And we'll see in this series his son Toby coming to home plate to exchange lineups with his father, Ron Gardenhire. Now that is a cool moment right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Wow. Imagine what Toby's going through right now.
Now, did father and son actually shake hands? Gardy, senior Gardy, shook hands with the umpires.
Toby was joking about his number, 81. He said, that's the same number they gave me in spring training when I was a player. And we're underway here now with Joe Mauer leading things off against Jordan Zimmerman. There's strike one. Mauer, Polanco, and Rosario to get things started here. Mauer didn't play yesterday, and there is strike two. Zimmerman is a strike thrower. Very rarely walks people, among the best control artists in the game.
Yeah, only 20 walks this year in 116 2/3 innings. So be ready to swing the bat.
Outside 1-2. 22 prior starts, but just 116 2/3 innings. So he's been essentially a 5-inning pitcher, with a few exceptions along the way.
Making his second start against the Twins, picked up a win against the Twins back in August. Here in Detroit.
Popped up on the left field line and out of play. Not out of play, but out of range for Candelario. The Menards batting order for the Twins has Mauer back on top. Jorge Polanco batting second. Eddie Rosario. Robbie Grossman back in the DH spot. Jake Cave. Logan Forsythe. Max Kepler. A-Ray Adrianza. And Williams Astudillo. 1-2 to Mauer. Zimmerman asked to be kind of a leader on this otherwise pretty young rotation. And he started out pitching pretty well. In his first 11 starts, he was 4-0 with a 3.51 ERA. And a called third strike. Mauer thought it was outside. Greg Gibson said no. He caught the corner. One down.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting pitcher stats that are brought to you by Home Furniture. And it is Jordan Zimmerman. You see, making his 23rd start of the year, his second against the Twins. He beat the Twins here back on August 10th. Worked into the 7th inning. Gave up a couple runs, but both unearned runs. Ended up beating the Twins 5-3 in that ball game.
Here is Polanco. Strike one on the outside corner. A little bit low, 1-1. And again on the outside corner.
Can kind of tell that Greg Gibson has kind of a wide strike zone right now. And Zimmerman, his type of control, will try to take advantage of that.
Twins are 7-6 against the Tigers. Jerry Lane's the crew chief. He'll get the plate on Wednesday. Gibson gets the plate tonight. 2-2. Three and 2. Rosario on deck. The Twins are within a game of 500 against all 4 divisional opponents. 9-10 against Cleveland and Kansas City, leading the Chicago White Sox 8-7 and the Tigers 7-6. Chopper over the mound, cutting across. Candelario flips and gets Polanco by a step. 2 down. And that'll bring up Rosario with the bases empty. Let's check out the Tigers in the field. Christian Stewart, Victor Reyes, and Nicholas Castellanos in the outfield. Jamer Candelario, Ronnie Rodriguez, left side of the infield. Dawel Lugo is at second base. Nico Goodrum, a Twins killer, might not play in this series. He's got an injured thigh. Jim Adducci at first, and James McCann behind the plate. There is Lugo getting a chance to play some at second base. I'm not sure that the Twins will miss having Nico Goodrum in the Tiger lineup. Tigers have hit 12 home runs against the Twins this year, and Goodrum's hit 5 of them. So it's a good thing he's not in the lineup. This ball lifted to left and deep. Stewart going back. This to the wall, and it's gone. Rosario the other way, number 24. And it's 1-0 Minnesota.
Yeah, you know what? In Kansas City, Rosario basically was the designated hitter earlier here today. He was out taking fly balls just to show that, hey, I want to play out in left field. Well, he's starting out in left field. And he got hold of a pitch right there. Hits home run number 24 on the year. And puts the Twins up 1-0. For Zimmerman, his 25th home run allowed. See the tailing fastball away, and Rosario, a little bit of an uppercut swing into the bullpen area for a home run.
Oh, what a snag by Candelario. Grossman looping one, and it was the shortstop Rodriguez who made the catch. And the Twins get one on a Rosario home run. It's 1-0. Miguel Sano echoing the same thoughts. They really don't like to DH. And so back in left field, and on his first swing, he hits a home run. Ron Gardenhire, by all accounts, has done a great job in his first year in this rebuilding project. It's a massive rebuilding project. Here's his Menards batting order. Jamer Candelario, Kristen Stewart, Nicholas Castellanos, Victor Martinez, Jim Adduci, Ronnie Rodriguez, James McCann, Dawel Lugo, and Victor Reyes. And on the mound, Gabriel Moya delivers the first pitch strike to Candelario.
Third time that Moya has been the opener. It all started this month back in Texas. Worked one inning, gave up a hit and a couple earned runs. Gave up a home run in that ball game, and then in his last outing or start that came on Thursday in Kansas City, he worked 2 shutout innings.
And that's the key for this idea to work. The opener has got to put up some zeros, and it was the first time that a Twins opener had done that just outside. A couple of games ago under this format, it was Trevor May who was the opener. He pitched 1 inning, gave up 4 earned runs. That was against the Astros. Justin Verlander was the opposing pitcher, and the game was pretty much over with after the first inning. 2-1. Swung on and missed. 2-2.
Good changeup right there. That's what Moya features. Good fastball, hard slider, and then a very good changeup, which will key off the fastball. Moya making his 29th appearance overall.
Time called. Candelario, Stewart, and Castellanos for the Tigers.
Let's take a look at the home furniture scouting report on Moya. There's his 29 appearances, 3-1.
Fouled back. Candelario, I guess, a bright spot in the rebuilding process here. The numbers look encouraging. The batting average needs to get better, but 19 home runs, 53 runs batted in, just 10 errors in the field. Another 2-2 from Moya. Foul back again.
And that's what we saw in that start against the Royals on Thursday. He worked 2 innings. He worked 2 shutout innings, but he threw 38 pitches in those 2 innings. Had 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Twins ended up losing a ball game 6-4.
Got him looking. Fastball that tailed back over the inside corner, 1 away. And that'll bring up Stewart.
So Moya picking up a strikeout, his 29th in 31 2/3 innings. Good fastball inside. It's not, you can see it's not an overpowering fastball, but he hit his spot there.
Stewart just 7 hits. Well, not just 7 hits, just 25 at bats. The 7 hits are okay and 25 at bats. Up and in, ball 1. Tigers, we told you the Twins are right at 500 against American League Central opponents. The Tigers are 30-36 against teams within the division. Coming off a series where they took 2 out of 3 against the Indians.
Stewart, a young man, 24 years old. He was a Tigers' #1 pick back in 2015 out of the University of Tennessee. Got called up, had a very good year down in AAA, 23 home runs in 122 games. Called up on September 9th.
Swung on and missed. And another 89-mile-per-hour fastball.
Hit .264 in AAA. 4 minor league seasons, a .262 hitter. And another looks like a good changeup right there. Stewart way out front. So showing the fastball, then pulling the string on the next pitch.
Two and two. High fly right field. Retreating is Kepler. Still on the grass. Makes the catch. 2 away. Looked like he got it just a little bit off the end of the bat. 2 up, 2 down. The Twins out of the field. Good to see Eddie Rosario back in left. That might allow Miguel Sano to DH tomorrow, although Paul Molitor said he'd like to put him at third base tomorrow. Jake Cave in center, Max Kepler in right. Adrianza, Polanco, Forsythe, Maurer, the infielders, and Astudillo behind the plate. Eddie Rosario enjoys playing defense almost as much as he likes swinging the bat. Stroke to left center field and down for a hit. Castellanos hit that ball off the end of the bat, but he gets a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Victor Martinez.
Yeah, Castellanos probably having the most consistent season that he's had in a Tigers uniform. Came into this at bat, 21 home runs. He's driven in 81, and a free swinger. Came in hitting .292.
And now Victor Martinez in what is assumed to be his last go-around. A few weeks ago, he mentioned he'll probably retire after the season. It's been a great career.
Yeah, Tigers just came from Cleveland, where the Cleveland Indians acknowledged with the time he spent there, 7 seasons in the Indians uniform.
Started there briefly with Boston. Part of a really good lineup here not that long ago. You think of what the Tigers had both on the mound and in their lineup, and you look at where they're at now, and it's hardly the same team. Martinez is a holdover from some glory years. Castellanos is. Everybody else is new, it seems. Just outside, and it's 1-1.
He's one of those switch hitters that's always had great numbers from both sides of the plate. Cole Stewart starting to loosen up. I think that would be the hardest thing as a starter in the minor leagues, basically, is how long do you throw and when do you get up? I know he was throwing earlier before the game even started, a little bit of long toss in the outfield.
Check swing. Did he go? Yep. Well, Paul Molitor was talking about that beforehand, how, you know, everything about this is evolving, and I'm sure it evolves differently from club to club. But Paul talked today about, you know, getting to the point where maybe you just ask, to simplify matters, for the guy coming in, you ask your opener to just pitch 1 inning rather than holding out hope that he might pitch 2. If the idea is not facing the first 3 or 4 hitters a third time, well, generally that's done with 1 inning's worth of work. 1-2. Foul back.
And that may be the plan here today with Cole already loosening up, maybe getting ready for the second inning.
I think for it to work, any tentativeness, if that's the word, tentativity maybe, I mean, you've got to be sure of what you're doing out there and take the mound with some confidence that you're properly warmed up and get into some sort of a routine. And what benefit would you have asking Moya, maybe in this case, to pitch a second inning, 8 or 9 guys bat, and then there you are again with the top of the lineup facing your primary pitcher.
Kind of did that when Cole Stewart faced, I believe it was Houston, that Trevor May had that long inning.
Right. And now we're up. The pitch count for Moya is up to the point where it's looking like it's going to be around 20 pitches. And do you want to start the second inning with the anticipation that it might take another 20 to get through it?
I said, you know, on Thursday he threw 38 pitches
right.
in 2 innings.
1-2. Popped up. Mauer will look at it, but it is into the seats. Twins are 1-3 using an opener, but it's important to, I think, mention that all the openers have been used in the month of September when the Twins overall don't have a good record at 5-10.
And they have not used the opener when, say, you know, Barrios starts or Gibson or Odorizzi. It's the other 2 starters right now, sometimes 3 starters. They've used the opener.
20th pitch of the inning. Up the middle. Backhanded by Forsythe, and he'll go to the bag to end the inning. A scoreless first. And a 1-0 Twins lead.
And eating a pizza.
That's what I had for dinner tonight.
Yeah, and we're going to use the old Pizza Ranch. Key to a Twins win: stay aggressive, especially with the guy on the mound that's opposing them here today. in Jordan Zimmerman. He is a strike thrower, so be aggressive, stay ready, look for that one pitch that you can drive somewhere. Rosario got it. Hopefully Kepler can get it here. Or excuse me, Jake Cave. Kepler later in this inning.
Cave, Forsythe, and then Kepler here in the second. Down the middle of strike.
Zimmerman, 32 years old, signed a long-term contract with the Tigers. He's with the Tigers until 2020. They paid him about $25 million a year. Hasn't not really panned out. He's had some injuries that has kind of put him on the shelf, but wasn't a pitcher he was when he was with the Nationals. Won a 19-game winner one year for the Nationals.
Threw their first no-hitter.
And against Miami.
1-2 to Cave. Should probably revisit what Paul Molitor said yesterday about Cave. We understand we were on the air, but there might have been some other things to watch yesterday afternoon. 2-2. And there's a called third strike. Molitor singled out Cave for having the right approach, attitude in September in the last 2 weeks. Still playing with intensity, hustling every ball out. That's the model that he used for what he wants to see from everybody. Here's Logan Forsythe. No problem with Forsythe either, a veteran. Come over to the Twins hitting .283.
Yeah, I don't think that was a message to anybody on the ball club. It was just Paul kind of taking Jake Cave because of his hustle, the way that he goes about his business, using him as an example.
One strike to Forsythe. And now a ball. Forsythe moving down a couple notches, was hitting cleanup, now hitting sixth. Inside 2-1.
Forsythe against Zimmerman. They're in their meeting, 6 hits and 15 at bats.
3-1.
Logan, a lot of times when he hits that ball, he hit it through that gap between first and second base. Has a couple home runs, but they came when he was with the Dodgers.
And Forsythe takes a rare walk from Zimmerman. That'll bring up Max Kepler. Well, Ron Gardenhire is going to have to play the rest of the year, it appears, without Michael Fulmer. He hopes to get Nico Goodrum back. Sanford Health injury report. Fulmer's got some meniscus issues in his knee. And the word was right before game time they did not seem likely that he would come back and pitch this year. Goodrum had a collision in the outfield and hasn't played since. Here's Kepler. Outside, a ball.
Oh, Fulmer earlier in the year had that left oblique strain that put him on a disabled list for a month. He can't do anything about injuries. You have to work around them.
And outside again, and Zimmerman's missed 6 out of his last 7 pitches. .3-0.
Zimmerman's only had 3 starts this year that he's walked 2 or more. One time he walked 2, and a couple of times he walked 3 in a ball game. Again, only 20 walks coming into this game in 117 innings pitched.
There's a strike. Adrian's on deck. Twins hoping to add to a 1-0 lead.
Might be something here that the Twins put maybe a hit and run on. Control type pitcher like Zimmerman, you fall into this situation 3-1, you know he's going to be around the plate somewhere. Watch Forsythe at first base. See if he takes off. He does not.
And now 3-2.
Now let's see if he takes off on 3-2. There is one out. McCann, very good throwing arm behind the plate.
Forsythe goes. Kepler takes ball 4. So back-to-back walks. And that'll bring up Adrianza with 2 men aboard. Last year when Zimmerman pitched against the Twins, he had a long streak, 885 in the 3rd innings without walking back-to-back batters. And he walked Kepler and Sano back in April of last year to break that streak.
That's pretty good control.
That's 885 innings without walking back-to-back batters, and now he's done it again here in the 2nd inning tonight.
Making his 9th career start against the Twins. 4 wins, 3 losses, but the Twins have been able to score some runs off of him. He has a 5.686 ERA against Twins.
Adrianza chops it up the line. That's a foul ball. Home plate umpire Greg Gibson, first base umpire Chris Siegel, both kind of looked at each other.
Yeah, it looked like that ball hit the lip of the grass right there. There's only maybe 3 or 4 inches down each line. First base, third base line. It looked like that ball hit right on the edge and then went foul. So
1 strike.
Really a break for Adrianza.
And now outside 1-1.
Does he ever walk 3 in a row?
Well, I know he's not going to walk the next guy.
That would be hard.
Astudillo on deck. Golf to right field. And Castellanos now comes in, out number 2.
Well, a little bit off the end of the bat right there, creates a 2nd out.
Getting a chance to play, getting a chance to hit. And Astudillo's done just that. Average over 300, and he's really been hot the last 7 games.
This young man likes that swing, that baseball, and he doesn't walk. He's up there hacking. You can see over the last 7 ball games, a couple home runs with that .417 batting average. And the hustle right there from first to home, using the whole field.
Now Twins hoping the number 9 hitter can get a 2-out hit here. He doesn't look like the type of hitter that would hit a triple before he'd hit a double, but he has. He's got a triple.
No surprise that he's hitting well up here in the minor leagues. 9 minor league seasons with the Phillies, the Braves, the Diamondbacks, and a little bit of the Twins. A .309 career hitter in the minor leagues.
2-0.
When he joined the Twins, he had 2,155 at-bats in the minor leagues. He walked 80 times and struck out only 76. So yes, he's up there swinging.
He walked the other night in Kansas City, and it was a noteworthy event. Two-0 from Zimmerman. 2-1. Now that was a good take from a guy who doesn't take many pitches. 3-1.
Oh, this looks like the slider right here. Outside.
Another 3-ball count from Zimmerman. Skied to center. Reyes is there. The Twins get a couple of walks. An oddity from Zimmerman, but they don't score in the second.
Minnesota's up 1-0, and we bring you our scoop from the clubhouse. Eddie Rosario is back in left field for the Twins. That's a good sight to see. Still not 100%. Paul Molitor said he's not going to put a percent on it, but knows that Rosario is going to make the plays that he needs to make. Tyler Austin is a little bit bruised and battered after flipping over the railing in Kansas City yesterday. Tyler's getting a day today to just let the body get some of the soreness out. No major concerns there, though. Miguel Sano wanted to play today, and Molitor said this is the first time that he would have felt comfortable using Sano during a game, and that the mindset right now for the Twins is that he will start tomorrow at third base. Stickenberg.
Be nice to see him out there, as it's nice to see Rosario out and left. Tap to the right side. Easy play for Forsythe. Quick flip to Mauer. And Adduci's retired 1-1.
And Cole Stewart making an appearance here. Now, he made his major league debut here back on August the 11th. Pitched into the 5th inning. Ended up getting the loss in that ball game. This is his 7th appearance overall. His first 2 outings actually were against Detroit. Once here on August 11th and on the 18th in Minnesota.
Here's Ronnie Rodriguez, and there's ball 1.
We talked a little bit in the open about Cole Stewart. The best outing he had is when he went home to Houston and faced the Astros and pitched 5 shutout innings.
2-0. Big cut on a pitch up and in. 2-1. The primary pitchers the Twins have used so far, Stewart tonight for the 3rd time, chopped to the left side, and Adrianza, that ball's fouled off his foot. They'll fire across, and we'll see whether the base umpires are going to rule here. They're going to, Paul Molitor is going to come out.
I called a foul, we're going foul. Nope.
And Paul Molitor, I think, asking him, hey, look, can you ask for some help? This is pretty interesting. Nose to nose here.
Yep.
Paul pretty adamant, I think, that ball didn't hit his foot.
Tell you what, if it did not, Rodriguez should get an award because he just jumped right off the get-go. Like this ball hit his left foot.
Well, kind of hard to tell there. May have hit his toe. Now a ball rocketed, and that's ruled foul. When from up here, it looked fair. Jordan Baker looking right at it, and he called it a foul ball. Gardenhire looking for the replay on the scoreboard, and he won't get a replay. There's a swinging strike 3, 2 down.
And Stewart picks up his first strikeout.
Well, here's how it's worked out so far with Stewart, the primary pitcher, 3 times, Zach Littell once, Steven Gonsalves once. And the opener hasn't fared too well, but look what the primary pitchers have done. The Twins will take an ERA of under 3 all year long. It has worked on the back end of this new approach. Opponent batting average very good, 216. Walks a little bit too high.
I just look at the innings pitched. You're talking about 4 ball games, and they pitched a total of 15 in the 3rd innings. That's, that's less than 4 innings an outing.
Well, I asked Paul today, Paul Molitor, I said it would seem to be that regardless of how many times you wanted to use this, you would almost have to have an established start. Tomorrow the Twins have Odorizzi in between 2 of these things to give you some length. Ball looped near second base, and it's the shortstop Polanco making the catch, and Stewart has a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Wainwright turned in a vintage performance last night against the Dodgers. 6 shutout innings for Wainwright. He also had 9 strikeouts and a curveball described as elusive. And this is after Wainwright spent 4 months on the DL with elbow inflammation. Some nostalgia for Adam Wainwright and the Cardinals, guys.
Yeah, he could be a big plus if the Cardinals get into postseason. I'll tell you, he's got good stuff. He always has. And always thought he had one of the better curveballs I'd ever seen.
Really?
Yep. He's got a great curveball.
You ever seen yours?
No. Just out of my hand, that's all.
Dodgers, or the Cardinals rather, the same record, 1-loss record as the Dodgers. Tied for the second wild card spot. Joe Mauer called out on strikes his first time up. And right to the shortstop. Rodriguez makes the play, 1 away. And that'll bring up the Twins shortstop, Jorge Polanco. Tonight's BP Brighter Picture shines a spotlight on Jorge Polanco. Making pretty good, consistent contact as a left-handed batter. And he made contact in the first inning, but he hit a ground ball to Candelario. There's strike one.
Yeah, it's a shame this young man was, found with using PEDs and was suspended for 80 ball games last year. Just starting to get his feet wet. I think everybody in the Twins organization very excited about this young man. And then that hit, and yeah, he's done okay since he's come back, but a little frustrating at the beginning.
Half swing, but I think he went. One and two. We were trying to detail the other day in Kansas City about all the things that went wrong, and a lot of what went wrong it can be corrected. We'll trust that Polanco's paid his price and won't do that again, and he'll be available next year on opening day. And you take his numbers from last year and the numbers from this year extended over a full season, and you've got an important hitter in the Twins lineup. Fouled away.
He's got power from both sides of the plate. Last year, 13 home runs in 133 ball games, hit .256. Hitting at .284 right now with 5 home runs. Hit one yesterday as a right-handed hitter, his third as a right-handed hitter.
2-2. Scalded foul. Zimmerman kind of left alone in the middle of this Tiger rotation. Now they had Mike Fiers for a while. He was dealt to Oakland in terms of a veteran leader.
Well,
that got Polanco in the foot. He'll go to first with 1 out.
That looked like a slider, got down and in. Only the second hit batsman for Zimmerman on the season.
That'll bring up Rosario.
Take a look at this breaking ball right there. A little cutter. Got the back foot, the left foot of Polanco. Out on the shoe.
Polanco 4 for 8 in stolen bases. Rosario at the plate. He hit a home run to left field his first time up. Popped up. Candelario tracking it, and with room on the track makes the catch. 2 down. We're talking about Mike Fiers. He was dealt to Oakland, and he jumped in and gave the A's rotation a huge boost. And kind of as he was winning game after game for Oakland, it reminded me in 1987, the Tigers getting Doyle Alexander, who did the same thing for the Tigers.
What did he go, 9-0?
Yeah, and then the Twins beat him in the playoffs.
Yep.
Now the question is whether Nolan Blackwell, the guy the Tigers got in the trade, is going to turn out like John Smoltz, because it was Smoltz that the Tigers gave up to Atlanta to get Doyle Alexander. My guess is Nolan Blackwell won't become the next John Smoltz.
No, you never know. Good luck to him.
Grossman popped up. His first time up. Now with 2 outs, the Tigers think the Twins have larceny on their minds. Now more of a pull shift and more of the left side of the infield open. Grossman takes a strike on the outside corner.
Wow.
That looked like that was 6 inches outside. Uncharacteristic strike ball ratio for Zimmerman. Well, fairly close.
I think it looked weird up here because McCann was sitting inside and the ball was the outer half of the plate.
And now missing inside, and it's 1-1.
Zimmerman, one of those guys, usually if that catcher sits inside 8 out of 10 times, that ball's going to be in that area. Excellent control, as we've talked about. making his 248th major league start here tonight.
And now missing inside again, 2-1. Well, I've got Polanco going on this pitch.
Well, if it goes 3-2, I've got him going then.
And he dives back to the bag. Two and one. And there he goes. Pitch is taken up high, and Polanco is out at second. McCann throws him out.
Paul wants to take a look right here.
Polanco lingering near the bag. We'll take a look.
Well, McCann, again, one of the best throwing catchers in the game.
I don't think they'll challenge it.
They do not.
And it's a throw out at second base of Polanco. And we head to the bottom of the third, still 1-0. In a stolen base attempt. He was thrown out for the final out of the top of this inning. And now Daniel Dawel, Lugo, Victor Reyes, and Jamer Candelario will hit against Cole Stewart. 1-0. 1-1.
Yeah, Lugo new to the Tiger organization this year down in AAA, hit 269 in 123 ball games, originally signed by the Blue Jays.
1-2.
Young man out of the Dominican Republic, 23 years old.
Breaking ball over the inside corner. Big pitch by Stewart as he locks up Lugo, one away. Second strikeout for Cole Stewart.
Oh, this curveball right here had to be in the 70 miles an hour, straight over the top. Yeah, 74 miles an hour. Big, slow curveball.
Not so much spin on it, it spun out of the catcher's mitt. Victor Reyes, the batter. 1-0. Chopped towards Polanco. Waist high hop and the flip to first, 2 down. 5 up, 5 down now for Cole Stewart. The Twins wrap up the season, a 4-game series against the White Sox, September 28th to the 30th. Split doubleheader on Friday. It's also Fan Appreciation Weekend, presented by Caribou Coffee as the first 30,000 fans get a Twins stocking cap on Friday and Saturday. Sunday's Kids Appreciation Day, and the first 10,000 kids 12 and under get a TC Trapper cap. Get your kids tickets today. You've already had your kids. Get your tickets today at twinsbaseball.com. You cannot get free kids at the ball game next weekend. 1-1 to Candelario. Caught looking his first time up. That was against Gabriel Moya, the Twins opener. 1-2.
Candelario, a switch hitter, hitting only .208 as a left-handed hitter, .290 as a right-handed hitter. But he's got some pop. 19 home runs on the year. Holding a fastball away.
2-2. Very pleasant night here. We got a half moon suspended over downtown Detroit. Gorgeous evening for baseball. The cold front that moved through the Twin Cities area today hasn't reached here yet. It's supposed to come through here sometime tomorrow. And you can tell that from Stewart's uniform, pretty much sopping wet. And he's only pitched an inning and 2/3. Full count to Candelario. And he missed, ball 4. That'll bring up Christian Stewart. First walk issued by Twins pitching. 1 hit allowed, and that 2 came after the second out. Stewart with a fly to right his first time up. He sent Kepler back to the edge of the warning track. Hacked foul. Tigers announced today that all the coaches will be back next year. A lot of them handpicked, of course, by the manager, who had Rick Anderson, Joe Vavra, Steve Little on his staff in Minnesota at one time or another.
Yeah, it's always good to hear. I mean, these guys, coaches sometimes don't get enough credit for what they've done and what they do during a season. The hours that they put in, the dedication they give toward each player when needed.
Now, when are you going to eat that? You just
ice
presented
cream
a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah, I'm going to try to eat it before it melts. So probably between innings.
Probably a good thing they gave it to you after the second out, right?
Yeah, so Cole Stewart, get this out right here. I have some nice little ice cream to suck down. No, you did not want it.
No.
They offered some to you?
Yeah, they did. And I'm trying not to eat stuff like that.
Why? Ice cream's good for you.
It is?
Yeah. It's got chocolate on it. Dark chocolate, which is really good for your brain.
We'll get you a double scoop. There's a ball line to center. Cave
Oh.
with a diving catch in center field. Jake Cave diving to his right, taking at least a triple away from Kristen Stewart. And Bert can eat his ice cream.
Yes. Thank you, Jake Cave. 1 out of 9, isn't it?
Cave.
Great catch by Cave.
Given the dimensions here, I mean, I don't think I was exaggerating. If he doesn't make that catch, you know, it's a long ways to the gap in left center field here. That's at least a triple. Grossman batting. He was at the plate when Polanco was thrown out trying to steal. He has a fresh count, of course. 1-0. Strike. Zimmerman's already walked 3. It's just the 3rd time this year he's walked 3 in a game, and he's never walked 4. Pulled foul, 1-2.
Now I only have 2 walks for him. Forsythe and Kepler.
Right. Oh, Polanco was hit by a pitch. You're right. Yep,
right.
Yep. I wrote it down correctly. I just didn't read my writing correctly.
But you know what, Zimmerman, we talked about it. He's a attacker. He throws a lot of strikes, but so far, first 3 innings, 53 pitches, 27 strikes. So he's not, you know, the Zimmerman that's usually right there on the plate as far as throwing strikes.
Grossman, Cave, and Forsythe. Somebody's trying to get that foul ball that went over by the tarp. This one sliced to the left field corner, and that ball will land in fair territory and bounce into the seats for an automatic double. Leadoff double for Grossman, and now Cave, who's already entered the highlight reel with a great defensive play, will have a chance to drive in a run. Let's take a look at StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
Look how far he had to go in the dive. Oh, what a great catch. Catch probability 38%. Tell you what, one thing here in Detroit, they have Jacoby Jones that is hurting a little bit, but you know, Reyes got good speed. Here in Detroit, you need a center fielder that has good speed because of all that room that you talked about.
Right. Well, it's 420 to straightaway center, and if my geometry is at all right, it's got to be 430 to the gaps with that wall extended. And that ball was hit hard, the one that Cave caught, and if it got by him, it would likely have rolled all the way to the warning track. Stewart would have had, I would think, at least a triple. 1 strike to Cave.
Let's see if he can advance Grossman here.
He will, and he's likely going to drive him in. A little looper into center field. Grossman around third. He'll score, and the Twins have a 2-0 lead.
Good at bat right there for Jake Cave, picking up his 37th run batted in. Fought off a high pitch and just hit it into left center field as Grossman scores a 2nd run. 3rd hit for the Twins.
Replay brought to you by Ram.
Quick bat.
Cave has solidified his spot on next year's team as at least a 4th outfielder. You don't know, you know, what the outfield might look like next year. I think everyone's hoping Byron Buxton's going to be back out there in center, but my goodness, Cave would be a great option for the Twins out there.
Well, again, here's a guy that's getting an opportunity which he did not get in the Yankee organization.
Ball 1 to Forsythe. Cave with 2 steals and 2 tries. Low, 2-0. The drawback to Cave, of course, is he, like Rosario and Kepler, hits left-handed. And the Twins can get by with an all left-handed outfield, as they are trying tonight. But then what do you do when you face Chris Sale or somebody like that?
Well, you put Kepler in there that's really hit well against lefties.
Up the middle, and that'll skip through for a hit. Cave will round second and hold up there. And the Twins start the 4th inning with 3 straight hits against Jordan Zimmerman. First and second, nobody out, and it'll be Kepler who will hit now. Twins fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app, take Fox Sports North and Twins baseball wherever you go. 2 weeks from today, the Twins season will be done. Actually, 2 weeks from yesterday, by late afternoon, the season will be over with, but I have no idea what I'm going to do 2 weeks from today. I'll watch a baseball game.
Well, the playoffs,
be a wild card game on or something. Yeah. Here's Kepler. Strike on the outside corner. Kepler walked on a 3-2 pitch his first time up. Just missed the corner, 1-1. "65 pitches, only 34 strikes for Jordan Zimmerman." Twins have touched him now for 4 hits, but 3 of them in succession to start the 4th inning. There are a few veteran holdovers here from the expensive bid to get the Tigers into and winning a World Series. Jordan Zimmerman, one of them. Miguel Cabrera will still be around for a while.
Here we go. Hey, hold up.
And now another delay here. Most of the other veterans, the contracts will expire, like Victor Martinez, or contracts were traded off, like Justin Upton, Justin Verlander.
You saw a couple times right there, McCann and Zimmerman not on the same page, and so McCann saying, I'll take a mound visit right here to see exactly what he is thinking and wants to do.
Quite a different challenge for Ron Gardenhire compared to when he took over the Twins. Low, and it's 2-1. When Gardenhire replaced Tom Kelly, that group was ready to win, and in fact they did win in Ron Gardenhire's first year with the Twins. TK managed the team in 2001. It contended, faded towards the end.
Yeah, first 3 years under Gardner.
Yeah, that group survived the contraction threat and won 3 straight division titles. 2-1 to Kepler. Golf to center. And Reyes with the catch. 1 away. That'll bring up Adrianza. Here it's going to take a while for the Tigers to get back to postseason play. Rick Anderson in the background started the year as the bullpen coach for the Tigers, and then they had a midseason change and promoted him to the pitching coach. Base hit right field. Cave around third. They're going to wave him in. Here's the throw offline. Now the runner goes to third and safe at third base. Great slide by Forsythe. And the third base umpire, Jordan Baker, acknowledged the slide and called him safe.
Outstanding slide right there as Logan went toward the outfield side to get that hand on the bag. So Adrianza picks up the second run this inning for the Twins as Cave makes it a 3-0 lead. Ball hit through the infield. Castellanos comes up, makes a good throw home, but McCann's throw. Oh,
ooh, he's out.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to challenge as far as right now.
Huh. At any rate, Twins will take it first and third, one out, and now Williams Astudillo came up with 2 men on and 2 out in the second and hit a skyrocket to center field. Runner goes on a, well, ball not hit hard enough. It'll score the run. Astudillo pushed it to the right side, and making the play was Lugo. Everybody advances, including Forsythe, who scores the 3rd run of the inning.
Play the new Vikings scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery. With a top prize up to $100,000, it pays to be a fan.
Well, Astudillo didn't hit the ball hard. He almost pushed a hit-and-run single behind the second baseman Lugo, but he did get the job done, advancing 2 runners, driving in a run, and now here's Mauer.
Picked up his 11th RBI in his 19th game with the Twins.
And Mauer takes ball 1. Tigers are opening up their final homestand of the year. 3 with the Twins, then 4 with the Royals. Mauer, the 7th man to bat this inning. Two and oh.
Well, they're going to be very careful with Joe right here. He leads the majors with runners in scoring position, hitting at 400.
Polanco on deck. Mauer called out on strikes in the first, hit a ground ball to short in the 3rd. And there's a strike. Mauer 6 for 22 against Zimmerman. That's the pitch that struck him out. And here it's strike 2.
Yeah, teased him with a slider. It kind of went around the plate or right at the corner of the plate.
Lace to center field. Down for a hit. It'll score another run. Adrianza from second base. Mauer makes it a 4-run inning.
Well, the average just going up with runners in scoring position. Rick Anderson on the phone as the Twins pick up their 5th hit this inning. And Mauer picking up his 45th run batted in.
Well, I'm with you. With once the count got to 2-0, I'm surprised they pitched to him.
I'm surprised they pitched right there. You can see Zimmerman a little upset at himself. I don't know if they wanted to go harder in on him. Well, Rick Anderson going to make a trip out to the mound. Adrianza scores the 4th run of the inning. The Twins have a 5-0 lead.
The Twins adding 4 more runs here. The first run scoring on a home run, then double, single, single, an out, single, a productive out, RBI single. It's been a really good inning for the Twins.
Some early action in the Tigers bullpen.
Zach Reidinger warming up. Polanco hoping to pick up his first hit tonight. Getting hits has not been a problem for him lately.
Last 13 ball games, of course, 4 hits in yesterday's ball game, a career high.
Over for a strike. A lot of people were surprised that Zimmerman got the length of the contract he got and the per year amount that he got, because even in the most basic analytical tools with the Nationals, his numbers were coming down year to year to year. I mean, he was a declining pitcher, which is one of the reasons why the Nationals let him go through free agency.
Well, one thing he did, and in today's game, and you mentioned before, how many guys last year worked 200 innings? 4 straight seasons, he averaged over 200 innings a season.
Tap to the right side, and now Polanco will beat Zimmerman to the bag. Adducey went for the ball, and Zimmerman tried to get over there, but Polanco's going to win that foot race, and the inning continues.
Yeah, Zimmerman did not get over there in time. Maybe he hesitated on the mound, but that's a play that the pitcher needs to get over there quicker. Adducey leaped for it. Lugo playing right behind him. You see Zimmerman not really hustling over there.
And that's going to be the end of the night for Zimmerman, who has one of his shorter starts of the year.
Nonchalantly went over to first.
3 2/3 innings, whole bunch of hits, 6 of them here this inning. Some erratic control, and the Twins already lead it 5-0, threatening to get more with Rosario coming up next. Get you caught up.
Well, in the first inning, Eddie Rosario gave the Twins an early 1-0 lead. Good 2-out hitting home run. Twins took a 1-0 lead. And then here so far in the 4th inning, Twins with 6 hits, 4 runs, chasing Jordan Zimmerman from the ballgame.
So Reininger will come in for the 14th time. Too many hits, too many home runs.
Reininger in his 2nd season with the Tigers. 4 different call-ups this year between Toledo and Detroit. 19 hits in 14 1/3 innings.
Talking with Doug Mankiewicz, who's been called up to spend some time with the Tigers here in September. Doug, the former Twin, former minor league manager in the Twin system, now the manager for Toledo, and he said he would bring his cell phone to the bench with him during the Toledo Mudhead games. Ball hit hard to center field, and going back is Reyes, but he is there on the 1 pitch. Rosario's retired. Twins leave 2, but they score 4 times and now lead at 5-0.
The rest of the Twins rookies went through rookie initiation yesterday in Kansas City. Players wore jockey silks and horses. Yeah, they wore the horses and ran a race in Kansas City after the game. It was the first leg of a Triple Crown. And so they'll continue with 2 more races as this road trip continues. But Cave won that race yesterday. Willens Astudillo did not, but so Cave did not have to wear the hot horse costume on the plane, and that was the real challenge. Okay, so the costumes were hot. A lot of guys were saying that was the biggest thing, but how about maneuvering onto a bus and then onto a plane and up and down aisles and in the seats, and they were all wearing their horses throughout the entire thing, guys.
Now, Marnie, one thing is before you leave right here, now Jake Cave will be in the second race. He's got a chance to win the Triple Crown, right?
He does,
he
yes,
just
but he just doesn't have to wear the costume on the flight.
Yeah.
So he's got to be in the race and wear the whole thing. So he's going to try to go justified Triple Crown winner all the way across.
Now, I know.
And what we saw in Kansas City was Willens Astudillo actually crossed the finish line first, but he was disqualified for cutting a corner too tight. He cut in on the rail too tightly.
Oh.
And Kyle Gibson was monitoring very closely. You had to gallop. You couldn't run. There are rules.
And a leadoff walk, Cole Stewart walking Castellanos with a 5-run lead.
Yeah, second walk for Stewart.
A lot of the players fell asleep on the plane with the horse costume on, jockey costume, and it looked like a scene from Godfather 4.
I think Garvin Alston right there out there with a message right there. Don't try to nitpick. Let's go. You got a 5-0 lead.
Does seem to be a one-sided conversation, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So a walk to the leadoff man, and now Victor Martinez will bat.
Astudillo with his head down right there, but Craig Gibson helping him. Let him know that the pitching coach out to talk to him.
And back in the strike zone, strike one. No way of knowing what Garvin Alston said, but it might have had something to do with the fact, hey, you've got a chance to pick up your second big league win. Don't make us come out and get you.
Well, I don't think he talked about getting the win. I think he talked about the approach that they went about the first batter. Let's go. Be more aggressive in the strike zone. Trust your fastball.
1-1. Stewart was given the win by the official score in his last appearance as a primary pitcher. 1-1. Popped up, and it'll reach the seats. 1-2.
And that's what Martinez tries to do in situations like this. You know, he hit a ball on the ground, it's an easy double play, so he's going to try that uppercut swing. It's where you have to throw a good little sinker down and away and hopefully turn it into a double play. Martinez has hit into 18 double plays this year. He leads the Tigers. And Cole Stewart has that, what do you call it, a one-seam
sinker. Drops straight down.
Yeah.
If he throws it right. Ball laced to left, and Rosario's there to catch the bullet for the first out. It'll bring up Aducey. Zubaz Palooza is coming back Friday, September 28th. Special ticket package includes a game ticket and your very own limited edition Minnesota Twins Zubaz pants. Can take advantage of this special offer available exclusively by logging on to twinsbaseball.com/Zubaz, and please do that because I'm pretty sure that is for the evening game only. In case you're wondering, there's a split doubleheader on Friday because of the snow out back in April, and I believe this promotion is for the evening game only. 1-0 to Aducey.
Aducey getting some playing time with Miguel Cabrera out for the season. He's got some pop in his bat.
It's lined to left, and that's down in front of Rosario for a base hit. So a walk, a lineup.
Oh boy,
Rosario's hurt in left field.
Yeah.
And the ball being thrown back to the infield, and Rosario is very slow and is not getting up.
Looked like when he went after that ball that he slipped on the grass.
A run is in, and Adduci goes to third. The problem before was a quadricep muscle.
Might have re-injured it.
Johnny Field stretching. He may be asked to go in here. Would seem quite likely.
Grabbing his maybe his right leg. Don't know if it's the ankle area.
It was his right quadricep that was the problem area before, but
they look like they're working more on the ankle area. Going to try to get up, I think. Tony Lee will say no, stay there.
Let's take a look at what happened as he pivoted after retrieving what looked to be a single.
Well, the ball hit to his left. Watch Rosario right here go after the ball, and I thought he slipped right here. Yep, right there.
Oh, and then he bent the right foot under himself. Standing up now. It looks like he's able to put some weight on it.
Oh boy, ouch. Yeah, they'll take him out of the ball game. It looked like he twisted his ankle.
But he's able to walk off without much of a limp.
That's a good thing.
So the leadoff walk comes around to score. Adduci advances all the way to third. He'll probably be given credit for a triple.
Well, no, he actually, I'm just looking, a base hit and an error on the left fielder, Rosario. No RBI. That's a tough error when you have to leave the ball game.
Well, Rosario's walking off without assistance. So we'll take that as a very encouraging sign. And you're right, that is kind of a tough error. He pivoted and slipped in the outfield. We haven't had any precipitation here since we arrived about 24 hours ago. So sometimes things just happen.
Well, a lot of guys don't wear the cleats out there. They'll wear the rubbers, you know, and there's a dampness of the grass maybe. He just ended up slipping.
I think you can see the flash of a metal spike.
That's more the toe.
Stewart has already paid the price for the leadoff walk, although right now it's an unearned run. Runner at third, one down, and here's Ronnie Rodriguez. Johnny Field replacing Rosario in left field. Ball one. And now a strike.
Yeah, Stewart struck out Rodriguez in the second inning. Could use that here.
Infield back, they'll concede a run. Fouled, and it's 1-2. Yeah, you got Rodriguez swinging in the second. You got Lugo looking in the third.
Now Stewart has all four pitches. The fastball has some sink on it. Curveball, we see the 74-mile-an-hour curveball, then the hard slider.
Liner to the shortstop. Stewart threw the same pitch that he threw Lugo to get the called third strike. Rodriguez was waiting for it, hit it pretty hard, but right to Polanco.
Yeah, the ball almost looked like it hit on top of home plate, almost like he hit a little 4-iron right to Polanco for the second out.
We'll bring up McCann, who popped up to Polanco.
Take a look where this pitch is right here. It's the curveball, and you can see maybe a foot off the ground.
Yeah, you can see Astudillo wasn't intending on catching the ball. More so just wanted to block it. He expected it to end up in the dirt. Here's McCann. Ball one.
The shift put on for McCann in his 5th season with the Tigers.
1-0. Here we go.
2-0. A couple of them in the dirt. Oh boy, that nearly clipped the runner Adduci at the knees.
That's why as a third baseman, you know, you are in foul territory, but a very dangerous play right there.
Wow, I don't know how he didn't get smoked.
He's probably wondering how he did not too.
2-1 to McCann. 106 miles per hour off the bat. Now 3-1. Lugo on deck. And second walk of the inning. That'll get Lugo to the plate.
Third walk for Stewart.
Lugo called out on strikes. He took Stewart's breaking ball over the inside corner. Stewart's walked 3 of the last 7 batters. Chopped foul, 1 strike. Stewart got the win against the Yankees, 3 1/3 innings. Only gave up 2 hits, but he walked 5. And he's walked 3 after retiring the first 5 batters here tonight. One and one. This will be pitch number 50 for Stewart, trying to finish his 3rd inning of work. There's that breaking ball again. Another called strike. 1-2.
And Lugo gave up on that one.
Yep. Just about a toss of the coin. 1-2. And he waves at another breaking ball. And Astudillo fires to first. Kind of a messy inning with a couple of walks, an error, an injured player, but the Tigers just got 1 back. Good start for the Twins and Twins fans here in Detroit. Hoping that the Twins can have a good series here, win at least a couple of ball games. Already taken care of the Tigers starter Jordan Zimmerman, who was excused during the top of the 4th inning. Robbie Grossman started that inning with a double, later scored. And it'll be Grossman, Cave, and Forsythe in the 5th.
Well, Ryanger came in, needed only one pitch to get the Tigers on into their dugout. On a fly ball off the bat of Rosario.
Outside a ball. Grossman just had his 29th birthday yesterday. And on the outside corner.
Good changeup right there.
And now 2-1.
Oh, you're talking about Doug Mankiewicz. He was out. He has to carry his phone with him because of so many guys going up and down.
He said he carried his phone with him, put it on the bench, and it seemed like every night Ron Gardenhire would call him and say, Dougie?
Do you have a picture for me?
Mankiewicz will come to Target Field next week. He's with the Tigers for the rest of the season. Their Toledo Mud Hen manager. 2-2 to Grossman, then Cave and Forsythe.
Can sitting inside.
Crack fouled. Grossman's double was just fair down the line. It bounced near the foul line and then bounced into the seats for a double, and from there the Twins took off and scored 4 runs. Called, 3rd strike. And Grossman immediately picks up a discussion with Greg Gibson and now continues it.
Let's take a look right here. Looked like a breaking ball. Caught the lower part of the box.
Grossman looked down to see where the glove was, and according to the box, it was in there.
Yeah, it's not a lot of times where the catcher catches it. It's where it crosses the plate.
The point of reception is, what, a foot behind the back corner of the plate.
To be honest with you, that's something I had issues with the umpire, because even though my catchers caught it down, it crossed the plate as a strike.
Right.
And you do discuss it with them, as Grossman did with Gibson, in a nice way.
Gibson wasn't too interested in a long discussion. He pointed to the dugout and suggested that Robbie start heading in that direction. 1 strike to Cave. And now 2. Taken up and away.
Ryanger came up last year for the Tigers, made his major league debut in late August of last year. Again, 4 times up and down. Getting recalled here in September on the 9th from Toledo.
2-2.
25-year-old, signed by the Tigers back in 2013. Out of Hill College, out of Hillsboro, Texas.
Foul back. Last year the Twins came through Detroit at about this time. They had a 4-game series here, and they won all 4 games by a combined score of 39-12. And Sano could only watch. He hadn't come back to the lineup yet. Came back for a few days and was not on the postseason roster. And now it's 3-2 to Jake Cave. Twins saw their magic number go down most nights by a pair, with the Angels losing on a regular basis. Pulled foul, still 3-2. Twins ended up clinching the wild card spot in Cleveland after a loss.
Doesn't matter how you get there, just get there.
Full count to Cave. And strike three. A couple of strikeouts in the 5th inning for Reininger. And that'll bring up Forsythe. Families affected by Hurricane Florence urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross provide meals and shelter to these families. Donate today by going to redcross.org or text Florence to 90999 and give $10 to the American Red Cross Hurricane Relief. 2 down, and now Forsythe. A walk and a single so far. I think for the first time our audio has picked up a dog barking. It is dog night here at Comerica Park. And now 1-1. It's a popular promotion. The Twins have done it, but I've always wondered what does the dog really think of this? And are they tempted in this case to follow the ball that Forsythe just hit to go retrieve it and bring it back?
Well, I believe they have a section. Is it out in the left field?
Well, I would hope for the cleanup crew that it's limited to one section. I mean, dogs are naturally going to chase a ball and bring it back, right?
That's probably why they're way out there.
I don't think it's happened yet with teams having dog nights for, what, 15, 20 years? Where the dogs run loose on the field. Well, it's time to go. Sorry, that dog, that poodle, did not look like a baseball fan to me. Look, not even paying attention.
Well, the bag's in the way.
At least the other dogs were looking on the field. They're not,
as far as you know.
At least they're not looking at their cell phones. And now Forsythe takes his second walk. It'll bring up Kepler. Kepler with a walk his first time up against Jordan Zimmerman, and he hit a fly ball to center in the 4th.
Did you ever have a dog?
I'm much more of a dog person than a cat person, but I've never had a dog. All I had growing up were cats.
Okay, I've had 2 labs.
Right.
Yeah, great dogs.
Did they bring you your slippers?
No. We did have a dog growing up in California, my mom and dad, called a Tippy. And there's a little kind of a, I don't know, they probably got it from the pound. Tippy was the name. That was
I hope
like
for the
7,
dog's
8,
sake
9
it was
years old.
I hope for the dog's sake it was a female dog. That'd be a terrible.
Good question.
Terrible.
I don't remember.
Terrible name for a male dog.
Tippy?
Come here, Tippy. 1 strike.
I guarantee you're going to get some email and some texts on that. There's dogs out there that are called Tippy.
I've never heard a dog named Tippy.
Oh, you'll find out.
But I bet they're female dog.
I don't know.
See, a male dog should have, you know, a masculine name. Buster.
Tippy Martinez.
Top foul, out of play. Yeah. You're right. Max. Now, Max is a good name for a dog. That's a strong male name.
Now, see, my dog's name was Lady and Holly. 2 female dogs.
Okay, all right. I'll bet you Tippy was too. Outside, and it's 2-2 to Kepler. Two strikeouts, a walk, and that's been it against Reiniger here in the 4th. And something better happen pretty soon, or our banter is going to decay even further.
That's why I stopped.
3-2 with Adrianza on deck.
Ducey asking the bench, do I play behind Forsythe? And he will.
Runner goes. And a high fly to center field. Very playable for Reyes. And the Twins come up empty in the top of the 5th.
Hi, Tippy. Hi, Tippy.
Fox Sports North is presented by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities, and by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. Twins leading 5-1. Cole Stewart will face Victor Reyes to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch a strike. Second pitch a ball. 1-1.
Well, Stewart last inning threw 24 pitches, so had a quick inning right here.
Hacked foul into the screen. 1-2 to Reyes, and then it'll be Candelario and Stewart.
Reyes just 23 years old. A Rule 5 pickup by the Tigers over the winter. Out of the Arizona Diamondbacks organization.
In the dirt, 2-2. Stewart, whose longest outing came in Houston in this role. He pitched 5 innings. Didn't give up a run. The run the Tigers got in the 4th was an unearned run. And now it's 3-2, but the run was eventually scored after the leadoff walk in the inning. And now he gets Reyes to swing at a pitch a foot outside And it's a strikeout instead of a leadoff walk.
And strikeout number 4 for Cole Stewart. A little over aggressive. Reyes swinging at a pitch out of the zone. Saw Lugo do the same thing.
1 down, and now Candelario.
Good movement on that pitch.
Candelario called out on strikes when Moya was pitching in the first, and then Stewart walked him with 2 outs in the third. Ball 1. And this will be the 60th pitch. 59 of them with only 31 strikes. There's the outside corner.
Now Stewart had a couple outings where he threw 90 plus in an outing against the Oakland A's at home and the Cleveland Indians.
Mauer flips to Stewart. 2 down. And Stewart will Kristen Stewart will hit next for the Tigers, but first we'll hear from Marnie Gelder.
I have our showstopper tonight. Dick comes from San Diego last night where the Padres hosted the Rangers. Padres down 3-2. Bases loaded, 2 out for rookie Francisco Mejia. On the first pitch, there goes a walk-off grand slam. Mejia was called up 2 weeks ago by the Padres. What a big moment in a young career for Francisco Mejia.
He's the guy that the Indians gave up to get Brad Hand. So the Padres held out. They wanted Mejia. Going to be a great hitter. It's just a question of whether he can stick behind the plate. Thanks, Marnie. Here's Kristen Stewart, and there's a ball, 1-1.
Padres are one of those ball clubs you just want them to get back in the postseason. You just pull for them.
Going through a rebuild like the Tigers are now. Remember, it wasn't that long ago the Padres, jumped into the free agent market. Look, they got Matt Kemp, they got James Shields. There's a ball hit to right, and it'll carry right to Kepler, and Stewart has a much better 5th inning.
At some point, I played for a while in the minor leagues, didn't get up here as a player, but I kind of grew up in the clubhouses. I know these guys pretty well. When I was a kid, I think the last time I was in these clubhouses, I was bat boying, but I did it quite a bit growing up. So to get a chance to be here in this kind of a role with this type of scenario is pretty awesome for me.
Toby Gardenhire is in the Twins dugout tonight. He brought out the lineup card to start the game, and he said that he's really here to learn, that he wanted to pick some people's brains, and he said what the Twins are doing here is what they're trying to implement in the minor leagues, and Toby's the Class A coach at Cedar Rapids, so he said that it's really helpful for him to be here, but I think he was kind of downplaying everything with the whole family here. and the excitement and just sort of the look across the dugout to see his dad and that entire staff he knows so well over there. Cool night for the Gardenhire family tonight, Dick and Bert.
Yeah, Toby had some great players in Cedar Rapids this year. Royce Lewis started there. Alex Kirilloff, Brewster Gratterall all started there. They lost a lot of players, but they still had a good year. Outside ball one to Astudillos.
Well, you know, that's the thing about a minor league manager. Yeah, you have great kids. You mentioned Lewis and other guys, but you want them to advance.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea.
That's what Toby said. He said, my job is to get them to high A or double A.
Right.
And develop them and teach them what it's like to be a professional. Ron Gardenhire knows all about that. Minor league manager, longtime third base coach for the Twins before the managerial job opened up. Poked foul, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, definitely a baseball family.
1-2.
There they are, father and son.
One and two to Williams Astudillo. To the right side and a one hopper to Lugo. Just got word a few moments ago that Eddie Rosario re-aggravated his right quadricep muscle, so we were looking down lower on the leg, but in fact what happened was as he planted, and it looked like, you know, he sat on his ankle awkwardly, and might have been a separate injury, but we're told, and I think this is good news, that he re-aggravated the quadricep injury, and that's why he left the ball game. 2 down, and now Mauer. Mauer takes a strike. Drove in a run with a single his last time up.
Reininger coming in, doing a good job so far. Just the walk to Forsythe. That's been it.
1-1. Lifted to left, right to Stewart, who makes the catch, and Reininger has another hitless 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Are you game for a little excitement? You can head to foxsportsnorth.com, submit a photo and message for the opportunity to be featured in the Minnesota Lottery Winner's Circle during our broadcast and receive $100 in scratch tickets. With the Minnesota Lottery, every day is game day. First pitch strike to Castellanos. Stewart trying to button up his 5th inning of work here.
66 pitches so far, 37 strikes for Stewart.
And Castellanos knifes one to right field in front of Kepler for a leadoff single. Tigers only have 3 hits, and Castellanos has 2 of them. And now Victor Martinez. Martinez had a ground ball to Forsythe, and then he had a liner to Grossman, or to Rosario rather. And Rosario now has been replaced by Johnny Field. Mauer gets the force at second and all kinds of time to complete the double play.
There's a ground ball I was looking for in his last at bat. So the 19th double play that Martinez has hit into.
2019 season tickets are on sale right now. Season ticket holders get the best seats at the best price and automatically become part of the Sweet Spot Rewards and Benefits program. Learn more at twinsbaseball.com/season tickets or call 800-33-TWINS. 2 down, bases empty, and here's a Ducey. Pitch count decent enough that they may entertain the notion of Stewart giving them another inning here.
Again, he had two outings, in late August that he threw 90 plus.
Right.
So
if he can get a Ducey here and be facing the bottom of the Texas lineup. 1-1. Again, we showed you the numbers, and while the opener hasn't always pitched well, the primary pitcher has pitched pretty well under this format for the Twins. So as they went to the minor leagues and tried to convince the Stewarts and the relief pitchers who were down there that this made some sense, they showed the numbers that the Tampa Bay Rays were able to put together with this format, and it converted a lot of skeptics. And I think the way this has turned out here so far, it's probably converted some skeptics at this level. Swing and a miss. Another good inning for Stewart as he faces just 3 men in the inning.
Oh, they got up 1-0 thanks to Eddie Rosario's 2-out home run in the first inning. Took a 1-0 lead. And then the offense in the 4th inning for the Twins. 6 hits, 4 runs scored. So they opened up and had a 5-0 lead. Tigers in the bottom of the inning scored an unearned run in the 4th. But Stewart has pitched outstanding. 5 very good innings. He allowed only 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, with 3 walks.
Pitcher and catcher talk it over. And for the Twins, Jorge Polanco, Johnny Field, and Robbie Grossman will try to add to the lead against a new Tiger pitcher, Daniel Stump.
Yeah, Daniel Stump making his 52nd relief appearance. 16 walks, 1 intentional, and 34 in the third innings. Fastball in the low 90s, good slider. That's his best pitch, and a changeup in his second season with the Tigers. Also pitched with the Phillies a little bit back in 2016.
Chopped off the plate. Nice pickup by Candelario. He cuts across to make the play, 1 away. And that'll bring up Johnny Field.
Second nice play that Candelario has made on Polanco. He made a nice play on him in the first inning.
Polanco retired, and that'll bring up Field. Had quite a day yesterday in Kansas City. A home run, one of 4 hits he picked up on the day. He entered the game with just 3 hits for the Twins, and now he's got 7.
3 plus 4, just like that. Just like it was nothing.
My elementary school teacher, Darlis Forcier, if she's watching tonight, beaming with pride. Fouled back, and it's 1-1.
What grade was she, your teacher?
She had all 9 grades, kindergarten through 8th.
Probably just happy you left. That's why she was beaming. There's Johnny Field's day yesterday in Kansas City, getting a home run, his first as a Twin, his 7th overall, 6 of them coming with the Tampa Bay Rays.
2-1 now to Field. It's down the right field line, and a long run for Castellanos. But he gets there, makes the catch in the corner for out number 2. That'll bring up Grossman. Starting in week 4, Fox will be the new network home of Thursday Night Football. And the schedule that is on Fox this year is loaded, and a huge can't-miss matchup, one right after the other. Thursday Night Football coming to Fox week 4. Now it's a game. And I trust that they won't do what the other network did and call it a special Thursday night edition of Monday Night Football. That never made any sense to me.
Yeah.
You can't have Monday Night Football on Thursday.
No, you can't. Very good.
1 strike to Grossman. A double, a run scored, and 3 trips.
Couldn't have it on Tuesday either.
No. Fouled back. And it's 2 strikes. Crack to the left field corner on an 0-2 pitch. Grossman's going to have his second extra base hit. The other one was an opposite field fly ball that just landed fair. This one was a bullet.
Yeah, Robbie, as a right-handed hitter, of course, not a lot as many as at bats as a left-handed hitter, but hitting .304 as a right-hander coming into this at bat. Belt high, stomach high, pitch right there.
Replay brought to you by Carrier.
Robbie jumped all over it.
And now with 2 down, a runner in scoring position for Jake Cave. A couple of strikeouts sandwiching an RBI single in the 4th. High fly to center. Retreating is Reyes with room to spare. And the Twins are scoreless in the 7th. Is presented by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by Ram. Hurry in and get a great deal during Ram Power Days. Here Cole Stewart's pitched awfully well. He's pitched with a fairly large lead throughout, but he's starting his 6th inning of work, and he's given up just one hit. Excuse me, just one hit.
Two hits.
Yep. Castellanos with the leadoff single, but he took care of that with a double play on the next pitch. One and one to Ronnie Rodriguez. Popped straight up in the air. And again, I lied, because if it were straight up in the air,
it wouldn't be over.
Astudillo would have caught it. That's not true. One and two to Rodriguez.
This guy looks like he wants to swing the bat no matter where the pitch is.
Breaking ball peeled foul. Tyler Duffy, who was used as an opener, might pitch toward the end of the game here. Another liner to center and a base hit. Rodriguez picks up a single to start the 7th inning. MLB At Bat is your #1 Twins app. You can customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Twins home screen icons and features like the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. James McCann 0 for 1 with a walk. Inside a ball. And a strike called 1-1.
A good low fastball right there. Again, you're thinking, get me a ground ball right here.
Right on the corner. 2-1.
Stewart this year started in Double-A, advanced to Triple-A. And made his major league debut here in Detroit on August 12th.
That's to right. Kepler drifting toward the corner. Catch for out number 1, and that'll bring up Lugo. Lugo with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. A lot of the regular players that we had seen most of this year for the Tigers. We mentioned Nico Goodrum, but also Jose Iglesias, done for the year, their shortstop.
Yeah, abdominal strain muscle.
Missing the inside corner, ball 1. Line to right. Kepler doesn't have to move. 2 away.
Yeah, Lugo hit that right on the button, but right to Max Kepler in right field.
We've talked about this before. I think even with you in the booth, how you look at the American League Central standings now, and a lot of people thought the Twins could put some heat on Cleveland, but the Indians were still the clear favorites. They won over 100 ball games last year, and most prognosticators picked the Twins to be second in the division. I don't know how most people lump the bottom 3 teams. If anything, I would think the Tigers could be considered overachievers because of the rebuilding process. Now they're still going to lose over 90 ball games, but Chicago had kind of stripped things down, and the Royals stripped things down during the offseason, and then even more so during the season.
I think the two guys for Detroit, it was Miguel Cabrera, I think that people would look at and say, you know what, these guys are going to be probably in third.
Ooh,
but then you got Abreu in Chicago, so two pretty good players.
Another good inning for Stewart. He's completed 6 innings and given up just 1 unearned run.
Nice doggy, nice doggy.
Yeah, it's nice to see the magic numbers go down. Twins hope to get to the point next year where they'll have a magic number. What an outing for Cole Stewart, by far his best. 3 walks, 3 hits, just 1 run unearned over 6 innings. And of course Moya pitched the scoreless inning that set things up. Here's Forsythe to start the 8th for the Twins. Drew Verhagen out of the Tiger bullpen will pitch to the Twins in the 8th.
Yeah, 37th appearance for Verhagen, 51 2/3 innings, only 43 hits allowed, 16 walks, so doing a good job keeping base runners off the bases, and 47 strikeouts.
2 strikes.
Verhagen in his 5th season with the Tigers. All 4 pitches, fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Twins looking for win number 69 on the season against 81 losses.
No.
As we said the other day, they'll have to run the table just to finish 500. Tough series at the end of this road trip. 3 games in Oakland.
You know, and that'll be exciting too. I think for the players, you know, you come to the ballpark, they're going to come to the ballpark and really wanting to perform well in Oakland.
I think they all would tell you the Yankee series in the last homestand was fun for them because it was important to the Yankees, less so for the Twins, but the Yankees had a lot riding on it, their hopes of getting a home field advantage in the wild card game, and so too when we get to Oakland that'll be the case for the A's too. Still have a chance, of course, of catching the Astros. Check swing, and Forsythe's lucky he didn't take that on the knuckles. Two and two. Stewart in position to pick up his second big league win here if the Twins can hang on here. Didn't mean to, and a dribbler. Verhagen will flip to Adduci, one away.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
And now Max Kepler, a walk and 2 fly balls to center. Strike.
A curveball right there for strike one. Verhagen at 6'6". Good downward plane. Played his college ball out of Vanderbilt. Signed by the Tigers in 2012.
1-1. I hear dogs barking again. That's driven to left. Stewart is there for the catch, 2 away.
Play the new Vikings scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery. With a top prize up to $100,000, it pays to be a fan.
Adrianza will bat with the bases empty and 2 down. Adrianza with an RBI single and a run scored in the 4th inning when the Twins scored 4 runs. At the knees over the inside edge, 1 strike. And now 0-2.
Good tight breaking ball there. That break straight down, 12-6.
And now 1-2. Twins getting a run in the first on a Rosario home run, then 4 runs in the 4th. Rosario had to leave the ball game shortly after the 4-run 4th. Re-aggravating his right quadricep muscle. Inside, and it's 2-2. And missing again, a full count. Astudillo on deck. Foul tip. And it's held on to by McCann, and it's a 1-2-3-8 for Verhagen. All right, thank you, Tom. Bottom of the 8th. Candelario will bat against Tyler Duffy, who's on in relief of Cole Stewart.
Well, the numbers on Tyler Duffy making his 16th appearance. You see the high ERA. It's been hit or miss for Tyler Duffy. He's had some good outings, and then he's had some big hiccups. He gave up 4 earned runs in that Texas outing, and then his last time out against the Yankees, only 1 run. Prior to that, 3 runs to Kansas City. But he's had some good shutout innings, too.
Took a loss against the Tigers in the middle of August by giving up 3 earned runs in 2 1/3 innings. 1-0, and now 2-0. Candelario, Stewart, and Castellanos here in the 8th. Chopped to third. Adrianza across the way, 1 away. And that'll bring up Christian Stewart. Time now for tonight's Coors Light refreshing finish. 6 really good innings by Cole Stewart.
Yeah, Cole Stewart, 6 innings, only 3 hits allowed, all singles. Got a big double play off the bat of Martinez in the sixth inning. The run that they scored was an unearned run. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts for Stewart. He ended up throwing 85 pitches, 50 for strikes.
Fastball for a strike. Stewart's hit 3 outfield flies. He hit the one to Cave in the 3rd inning sharply. In fact, Cave made a great diving catch on him. Take an extra base hit away to end the 3rd inning. 1-1. Two and 1. Breaking ball clips the corner, 2-2.
He's always had that good breaking ball. It's just control of his fastball has been hit or miss at times. Just a deal sitting inside.
Popped up. Field running towards the line. 2 away. And before Castellanos hits, join Fox Sports North for Gopher Hockey Countdown to Puck Drop on Friday, September 21st. Student athletes and coaches will sign autographs and take photos, take a tour of the locker rooms, bring your skates, and enjoy an open skate with Goldie and the Gopher Hockey cheerleaders. Visit foxsportsnorth.com/events for more details. Have you ever been on ice skates?
Yes, I have. A couple times.
For how long?
I mean, you know, whatever the session was, you just put on some skates and go ice skating. I don't know. How about yourself?
Well, yeah, I like to skate on the lake.
I was not very good, I can tell you that, but yeah, as a kid in Minnesota, you probably grew up on ice skates. Didn't have those in Southern California.
I can, as long as no one's watching, I can skate backwards.
Really?
Yep. But as soon
on
as
purpose, or
yes. As soon as I sense someone's watching, I fall down. I don't think I'd make it as a defenseman in the NHL.
Oh, I'm amazed those guys how good they are.
1-1. That's to the left field corner, and the Twins are not going to get Candelario out tonight. He's got his 3rd hit, and it's a double bouncing over the fence. A walk and a run scored, 2 singles, and now a double with 2 outs in the 8th.
Castellanos, again, he came in hitting .292. He's been a tough out for the Twins all season long. Right here, a curveball, but it kind of hung. Castellanos stayed back nicely and waited and drove that ball down the left field line. Good piece of hitting. His 41st double of the year.
And now Victor Martinez. As we showed you at the outset, the Tigers have really struggled with runners in scoring position as of late. And generally when a team does that, or is going through a stretch like that, it's situations like this, where the runner gets into scoring position with 2 outs. And now Martinez will try to follow up the Castellanos double with another 2-out hit.
Well, you have the veteran Martinez. You can't put the blame on him. He's such a good hitter. He's not having his, the offensive year that you normally see him have, but He is so steady at the plate. I think we've talked about it before. You watch his mannerisms on the get ready for every at-bat. It's like, this is going to be my last at-bat I'll ever have. I'm going to remember this forever. That's the focus and concentration. See him kind of talking to himself a little bit right there.
And the thing is, he had that 10 years ago
yes,
when his career was just blossoming.
Yeah. Great concentration, great focus.
Hold up.
I have no idea what he wants to do when his playing career is over with, but I would think he'd make a pretty good hitting coach because I think he knows an awful lot about it. Switch hitter.
Chili Davis became a very good hitting coach, being a switch hitter like him, like Martinez.
1-1.
Nice to be able to relate to righties and lefties as a hitting coach.
He kicks away from Astudillo, and Castellanos will move up to third. 2-1 now to Martinez, and Duffy wants to just make sure this doesn't spiral out of control.
Again, this is the inconsistency we have seen from Tyler Duffy. Look at that sinker right there, but it landed in front of home plate, if not on the plate, and ricocheted off of Astudillo. A wild pitch charged to Duffy.
2-1 to Victor Martinez. Big lead for Castellanos, 35 feet from third base. Adrianza is playing where a shortstop would normally play. And a strike, 2-2. And there's no reason for Castellanos to even move back to third base.
And with his shifts put on as a pitcher, you know, you'd like to work out of the windup with 2 outs, but you have to work out of the stretch.
Right. And Martinez upset he didn't do more with that pitch. See, I would have a hard time putting on an extreme shift like this with a runner at third base. We saw one day right before the All-Star break, Eddie Rosario almost draw a balk on Chris Archer, and the next day Brian Dozier did, and it was the deciding run in a ball game.
Well, Castellanos at third base isn't really moving like, you know, Dozier and Rosario did. Try to upset the pitcher.
But if the ball rolls away from Astudillo at all, you know, the runner at third can just scamper home and score easily.
That'll be a foot race between Duffy and the base runner.
Not so sure Duffy wouldn't start farther away from home plate than where Castellanos is. 2-2. Well, he missed inside. Not sure that Duffy has the longest leash in the world here.
No free passes here. Make Martinez swing the bat here.
Martinez reaches, we might have a pitching change.
I see the lead. Yeah, it would be a foot race. Pitching mound 60 feet 6 inches. This Castello, he's got a bigger lead.
Oh, a walk. And there are runners at first and third with 2 down, and Ducey will bat.
Kobe Jones coming out of the Tigers dugout to run for Martinez.
Twins don't have anyone warming up. So this is Duffy's situation to extract himself from. First and third, 2 down, and Ducey will bat. He's 1 for 3. Missing ball 1. 20 pitches for Duffy, 10 each, balls and strikes.
Yeah, bullpen starting to get some action now.
First 2 outs came easy, and then Castellanos hooked a double.
Why is that? Been there many times. First 2 outs, yeah. Well, I'm going to have a quick inning, and Trevor May now getting loose.
2-0 to Adducey. Breaking ball misses. If Adducey reaches, the tying run will come to the plate.
One thing Duffy's shown, he's shown good control. He's only had 3 walks now in the 21 innings pitched.
A fastball and a strike. Three and one to the Tiger first baseman. Popped up. Adrianza on the track. Makes the catch to end the inning. He had just enough room near the screen. And it ends up being a scoreless 8th for the Tigers. And are presented by Select Heartland Chevy dealers. Camps provide players an opportunity to continue developing their skills as well as prepare for tryouts and the start of a new season. Included are 5 to 10 hours of instruction addressing general baseball skills taught by an experienced staff of dedicated instructors. For a full schedule and registration, visit twinsbaseball.com/training. They've scheduled them on holidays when kids have school off, and in the dead of winter, President's Day, not a bad way to get ready for spring. Get a little baseball instruction. Astudillo will face Alex Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson making his 56th relief appearance in his 4th season with the Tigers. Good fastball, hard slider, curveball, occasional changeup out of Wilson, 31 years old.
Astudillo 0 for 3, drove in a run with a ground ball back in the 4-run 4th inning. 0-2.
The Tigers bullpen's done a good job since Zimmerman left. 4 different relievers, including Wilson, has worked 4 1/3 innings, allowed only 1 hit.
Astudillo with 58 at bats. He struck out twice. I beg your pardon. 2 strikeouts. Behind 0-2. Popped up. Rodriguez in the outfield grass. 1 down. Back to the top of the order, and Joe Mauer. Mauer drove in a run with a single in that 4-run 4th inning. 1 for 4 on the night. Missing ball one. Drilled foul down the left field line. I've already gotten used to the netting that we've seen in most ballparks, extending almost down to the foul pole in some cases. And I think it's become true that fans have adapted to it very quickly, to the point where the question will be in just a short period of time, you mean we really didn't have protective netting around the dugouts and down the lines?
I'm glad baseball did
Oh
that.
my.
You know, so many people on their cell phones now. I know they come in to watch the ball game, but they get a phone call. They're on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And, you know, the attention, especially with the families with young kids sitting down that right field line, left field line, over the dugout. Nice going baseball.
Chopper to second, head high hop. Lugo makes the play, 2 down. Unfortunately, it took a serious situation the Twins were involved with at Yankee Stadium to.
Well, there have been a lot of them. As a player, I saw a lot of people get hit by foul balls.
But I likened it to, you know, we see old pictures of ball games with newspaper photographers on the field, and you think, wait a minute. Or players leaving their gloves out on the field as they used to do, and you go, wait, they really did that? And I think similarly it's going to be, how many people got hurt without the protective netting?
And with this netting that they have, it's, you know, you see it, but it's once you focus on, say, the pitcher Wilson, you kind of look right through this new netting that you hardly ever don't see.
It's probably far more high tech than this, but it's almost like monofilament fishing line, clear fishing line, where you can see through it now. 2 strikes.
And another thing where you see right there the railing in front of each dugout. That's another thing that baseball has put in for the safety of the players, because the fields are so close now to home plate.
And a lot of middle infielders like it too, because it saves them a throwing error. 1-2. Two and two. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, same time, same channel.
Wilson came up with the Boston Red Sox, came over to Detroit in the Rick Porcello trade back in December of 2014. Short, compact type delivery, straight over the top.
Hit a long way down the right field line near the pole and over the pole and foul. Nearly over the pole, I should say. Paul Molitor wants to take a look at it.
Wow, Polanco, you see the strength that Polanco has. Wow.
It had the height to go directly over the pole. It's just a question of where it was.
He smoked that pitch.
Well, we're going to ask for a crew chief review, or Paul Molitor will. This is not a managerial challenge, but they're going to ask a crew chief review. Take a look down the right field line and see where the ball went over the pole.
Wow.
That looks like that's inside the pole in that angle. It looked like, at least the way I saw it, the ball went behind the pole from whatever angle.
Yeah, they'll try to get the best camera angle they can.
So we'll have a crew chief review here and see whether Polanco hasn't hit his 6th home run of the year.
That didn't take long.
They said strike. Let's take another look at it and see what we can show you. Oh.
Okay.
Foul.
Yep. But it was a long foul ball.
"27 seconds. That might be a record for the fastest.
Didn't take long.
2-2 to Polanco.
Took longer to get the gear out to the umpires to look at it.
And there's a drive to right field on the next pitch. That's fair.
How about that?
A home run for Polanco. He just did a Randy Bush.
He golfed that ball out right there.
Randy did the same thing at Fenway Park against Jeff Reardon in '91. Both balls hit down the line. But the second one for Polanco was, as you said, a line drive.
Look where that pitch is, shin high. And Polanco driving that ball deep into right field. A line drive home run. Castellanos says, well, it's over my head. Watch out, young lady. Hope she didn't have her dog with her. Polanco, home run number 6 on the year, and his third now as a left-handed hitter. Hit right-handed, hit one yesterday as a right-handed hitter.
In the dirt. 1991, Randy Bush hit one against Jeff Reardon in the 9th inning, and it was ruled just foul by Durwood Merrill. And on the very next pitch, Reardon challenged him again, and the second one was ruled foul, but Randy could see it going down the line that it was fair, and the home plate umpire beat Tom Kelly out to the field and overruled the first base umpire and called the second blast a home run.
I can't believe Durwood Merrill missed a call.
Twins had another run in the ninth. Adding a run they hope they won't need in the top of the ninth. Polanco yesterday homered right-handed, tonight homered left-handed, and Trevor May will try to get the Twins off the field quickly here with a win.
You know, you have certain plays in a ball game that sometimes change the momentum. That catch that Cave made in the second inning off of Stewart's bat, that was a huge catch. See the numbers on May making his 19th appearance.
Rodriguez 1 for 3, takes strike 1. Rodriguez, McCann, and Lugo here in the 9th inning. Popped up. Retreating is Adrianza. Polanco in the vicinity as well.
Adrianza at the last second kind of waved his arm, says, "Get out of here. This is mine. I have it."
I don't know how much longer I'm going to be playing third base. I got to catch all the pop-ups I can. One down.
Well, I see Polanco maybe calling him off right there. And Adrianza finally saying, "No, you get away. It's mine." And then the look at Polanco afterwards. "I've got it."
Adrian Beltre and Elvis Andrus of the Rangers have had an ongoing feud like that for the last few years.
Yes, they have.
One down, and now James McCann.
Don't touch his head. Adrian Beltre, don't touch my head.
1-0 to McCann. And now inside 2-0. He just joined us. The Twins, for the 5th time, using an opener. It was Gabriel Moya for the 3rd time, a scoreless inning. And then Cole Stewart was really good through the next 6. Swung on and missed, 2-1. Three and 1 with Lugo on deck.
McCann should get a fastball right here by May.
And he got one, fouled it back, 3-2. Chopper to third. Adrianza. Throw across for out number 2. That'll bring up Lugo. But let's look ahead to tomorrow night, game 2. Jake Odorizzi will start and hopefully give the Twins 6 innings. Remember last time he nearly threw a no-hitter. And Daniel Norris will go for the Tigers. Twins have had problems with Norris types this year. Guys just spin the ball quite a bit. Here's Lugo. A strike.
Yeah, Norris just coming off the disabled list the first part of September. He spent about 3-4 months on a disabled list with a left groin strain, making his 9th start with the Tigers.
Popped back and out of play. 2 strikes. And another foul to the screen. Twins had 18 hits yesterday. Tonight so far only half that many, but they bunched a whole bunch of them together when they scored 4 runs in the 4th inning.
I think they played very good defense tonight too.
And that ends it. Astudillo will throw to first to complete the strikeout, and that completes a 6-1 Twins win.
Well, that's how you win a ball game. Good hitting, and especially the 4th inning where the Twins put 6 hits together, scored 4 runs. Good pitching. Cole Stewart outstanding. He wins his 2nd major league game. And good job by the bullpen overall.
So Tom Hanneman, the Twins hope to build a little winning streak here in Detroit. It's up to 2 games. And the Twins will hope to continue to play well, win this series here in Detroit.
One more. Hey, one. Hey, baby.